He kissed her again, this time on the forehead, then reluctantly headed for the shower. Shortly before 7:30, dressed in the uniform of a JAG Corps captain, Paul Terry passed through the main gate at Fort Bolton, headquarters of the 7th Infantry, and for one more month, Terry's home. Over 20 miles square, Fort Bolton was sequestered amid a wooded area of northern Virginia, an enclave sufficient to itself: shopping centers, athletic facilities, offices, a hospital, apartments, townhouses, and, for senior officers, commodious colonial-style houses dating back to the fort's establishment 80 years before. Turning down its principal thoroughfare, McCarran Drive, Terry was reminded of the 3 generations that preceded Brian McCarran. That Brian had killed a fellow officer, whatever the circumstances, would reverberate all the way to the Pentagon, where the family's most revered member, Anthony McCarran, served as the Chief of Staff of the Army. Parking at the headquarters of the Regional Defense Council, Terry felt edgy. The aftershock of the dream still muddied his thoughts, but by this time at least, he resembled the officer Lieutenant Colonel Dawes expected to brief. He had taken a large black coffee for the road, and the mild hangover he had earned through a bibulous dinner with Jen was fading. Fortunately for Terry, his life circumstances had lent him an air of near-perpetual alertness, accenting the swift intelligence reflected in his penetrant blue eyes. Jen sometimes teased him that he looked like an officer whether he meant to or not. Tall and fit, he had jet-black hair and strong but regular features, accented by a ridged nose, which, broken during a high school basketball career based largely on determination, added a hint of ruggedness. That Terry had never fired a shot in anger did not detract from the success he'd had in the courtroom. Taking a last swallow of lukewarm coffee, Terry went to meet Harry Dawes. Colonel Dawes sat behind a desk so orderly that Terry often thought even the piles of papers appeared to be standing in formation. For Terry, this thought was a fond one. A soft-spoken Virginian, the colonel treated Terry with an avuncular regard, enhanced by the military courtesy that governed their relationship. As Terry entered, a brief smile crossed Dawes' ruddy face. "Sit down, Paul. Sorry to get you out of whatever bed you happen to be in." The remark was delivered with quiet humor. A committed Christian and devoted husband of 25 years, Dawes never concealed his belief that Terry's rotating cast of female friends suggested an attenuated adolescence that could only be cured by marriage. "A warm one," Terry responded, "but even in my sleep, I grasp that this case is special." Without asking if Terry wanted coffee, Dawes poured him a cup and handed a Washington Redskins mug across the desk. "It is that," Dawes concurred soberly. "In the last 24 hours, the media's been all over this. You must have been living in a cave." "When I take time off, sir, I commit myself. Please catch me up." Pensive, Dawes ran a hand through his dwindling gray-brown hair. "To say the least, the relationships surrounding this shooting are complicated. For one thing, the victim, Captain Joe DeBruzzo, was married to General McCarran's goddaughter, Kate Gallagher." "Hang on, sir," Terry interjected. "The general's son killed his goddaughter's husband?" "Yes," Dawes answered unhappily. "It seems that her father was General McCarran's classmate at the point. After he died in Vietnam, the families remained close. So Kate's relationship with Brian McCarran predated her marriage to DeBruzzo by many years. To top it off, DeBruzzo was Brian's company commander in Iraq. Whatever their relationship, this tragedy leaves 2 kids, an 8-year-old boy and 6-year-old girl, without a father." Terry found himself squinting. The summer sunlight, brightening, hit his face through Dawes' window. For a painful moment, he imagined the children's shock at learning their father was dead. "Tell me about the shooting, sir." Even in difficult circumstances, Dawes was the most considerate of men. Noting Terry's squint, he stood to lower the blinds. "It happened in McCarran's apartment," he began, "between 7 and 8 on Friday evening. Sometime before 8,